Headcrabs, these hybrids of alien facehuggers and spiders, are the most recognizable creatures in the Half-Life universe. And today, I'll tell you everything you need to know about these cute little guys who, upon closer acquaintance, will bring you terrible suffering and a most unfortunate fate. Like many other extraterrestrial life forms in the Half-Life universe, headcrabs originate from Xen, a sort of dungeon of the universe or a bottleneck of existence that connects an infinite number of parallel worlds. Headcrabs are among the first beings from beyond earthly existence that Gordon Freeman had the honor of encountering. At first glance, they seem like rather cute creatures, but Gordon quickly realized that they are actually aggressive. After the disaster at Black Mesa, the inhabitants of Xen who broke into our world filled the corridors of the laboratory. Headcrabs hid in the darkest corners and ventilation tunnels, attacking the staff. And the fate of the unfortunate was so dreadful that, in a way, the dead were the lucky ones. Scientists and security guards, assistants and administrators who were unlucky enough to fall victim to a headcrab became terrifying, mutated, zombie-like monsters that evoked feelings somewhere between alien and something else entirely. Later, after the 7-hour war in which Earth fell to the onslaught of the Combine, Gordon Freeman witnessed a headcrab taking control of a helpless member of the Resistance. The zombies controlled by the headcrabs that attacked Gordon would lunge at him, letting out piercing and heart-wrenching screams for help, pain, and despair, which suggests that those taken over by headcrabs might still be alive. At least 3 types of headcrabs are known to exist. The first is the standard type, which arrived on Earth from the world of Xen. It is usually encountered as the headcrab itself, which, after latching onto a victim's head, turns them into a horrifying creature under the crab's control. In the world of Xen, Gordon encountered headcrab hatchlings and a huge, fully developed gonarch, or the so-called Big Mama. The standard headcrab moves on 4 legs, has 4 oral appendages and a beak-like mouth, which it uses to latch onto the victim's head. By itself, the headcrab is not capable of inflicting serious wounds, but it doesn't need to. The main goal of this creature is to leap onto your head, and that's when the real horror begins. After attaching itself to the skull, the headcrab injects certain toxins into the victim's body, which lead to irreversible mutations throughout the entire body. The victim's arms begin to grow longer, developing huge claw-like fingers. The ribcage opens up, forming a massive mouth with the ribs themselves serving as teeth. In some cases, the mutation process can go even further, and the zombie transforms into a gnome, a much faster, more dangerous, and more aggressive type of zombie. After the fall of Earth, Gordon Freeman encountered 2 new types of headcrabs, fast and poisonous ones. Both of these types surpass the ordinary members of the species. Fast headcrabs, as the name suggests, are much more agile than the standard ones. Once they take over a human body, they turn it into a nimble and swift zombie that moves much faster than even the fastest human, leaping great distances and climbing walls. Its claws become longer, and all unnecessary parts of the body, skin and organs, are either absorbed or die off. Only bones and muscles remain. The reduced weight is what gives them such speed and agility. Poisonous headcrabs are the largest, but also the slowest. Unlike other types, these black ones are capable of inflicting serious damage simply by attacking their victim. Their venom is a neurotoxin that greatly weakens anyone attacked by a headcrab, making the victim easy prey for both themselves and other creatures from parallel worlds. The sounds made by poisonous headcrabs are very similar to the hissing of vipers. The sound alone is enough to make a person panic and frantically search for the source of the hissing. Once it takes control of a human, the headcrab turns them into a bloated, slow-moving zombie. After mutation, such a host becomes a carrier for several more poisonous headcrabs. It is possible that this is how poisonous headcrabs reproduce. The Combine, a group that has conquered many worlds, including Earth, used headcrabs as cargo for their drop pods. When a drop pod landed on the surface, it would release several headcrabs, which served as biological weapons. There is also an opinion that the Combine artificially bred new types of headcrabs, since in the Xen world they had 6 eyes. The headcrabs deployed to Earth were deprived of eyes. The headcrabs encountered by Gordon Freeman in Black Mesa could survive in water, but died in toxic environments. But after the fall of Earth, headcrabs often lived near toxic waste or even directly in it, both on their own and on the bodies of their victims. However, this is not proven information, but merely a theory. If a headcrab takes control of a Combine soldier's body, the resulting mutant, known as a zombine, can use grenades, which are part of the standard armament, by charging at the enemy in a suicidal attack.
What the hell is that? A Combine zombie. That's like a zombine, right? Zombine, get it? Okay.
This may indicate that headcrabs are intelligent enough to use weapons, or that they somehow absorb this knowledge and the memories from the victim's brain. Both of these hypotheses are supported by the fact that zombies are able to use radios. On the other hand, such suicidal attacks suggest that headcrabs lack a self-preservation instinct. And since this instinct is characteristic only of creatures created by nature, it supports the theory that such headcrabs originated as biological weapons. The only type of headcrab observed to have a desire for survival is the poisonous headcrab. When injured, they try to hide in a safe place. However, it is possible that this is also a genetically encoded instinct aimed at poisoning a greater number of victims. But despite the fact that headcrabs are terrifying monsters, there is one exception. This is Lamar, the pet headcrab of Dr. Isaac Kleiner. Lamar is missing her stinger, which prevents her from taking control of a victim.
There you are. I thought you got rid of that pest.
Certainly not. Never fear, Gordon. She's debeaked and completely harmless. The worst she might do is attempt to couple with your head, fruitlessly.
Get that thing away from me.
Here, my pet. Hop up.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, write comments, and be sure to click the bell so you don't miss new videos. See you next time, friends.